Let me tell you something I wish somebody had told me on my first day. Being a spy is nothing like you see on TV. Showdowns in exotic locales, death-defying car chases, seemingly limitless food and beverage per diems. Those days are over. What we deal with is the collection and manipulation of information, plain and simple. And thanks to the wonders of telephone communication, we don't even have to leave our desks anymore. Is it fun? Not really. Does it pay well? Well, that depends on how long you've been here. But listen, if you keep your head down and do what's asked of you, 15, 20 years down the line, you could have a nice looking corner office just like this one. Heated underground parking, too. Not too shabby, is it?
Sounds okay.
Yeah, I'm not too bowled over by you either, but let's try to make the best of it. Since it's your first day, let's see what they taught you in the academy. The woman we're about to call is Lacey Mendoza. She's a production manager at our latest competitor, Rev Inc. Our top engineer, a fellow by the name of Sebastian Cartwright, was working on a top secret project when he was abducted along with his plans. We're beginning to think that Cartwright might be involved in whatever they're doing over there at Rev, and possibly against his will. There's 3 things I'm going to need you to find out. 1, where this test facility is located. 2, what's the easiest point of entry. And 3, whether or not they have Sebastian. I pulled all the information I could on Lacey and compiled it in this scrapbook. It's not much, but it might help you gild the lily. Any questions?
How do I use the scrapbook?
It's a scrapbook. You turn the pages with your hands and look through it with your eyes. Then your eyes take what they see to your brain, and your brain uses that to come up with ideas. Though maybe not in your case.
Any advice?
Get her to trust you. Pretend to be someone from her past. Someone she cares for but hasn't kept in touch with. Old classmate, former co-worker, that sort of thing. Whatever you do, don't pretend to be a loan manager. You won't make it past hello.
Enough talk. Let's call her up.
This is an important mission, so make it count.
Bliss and blessings unto you and yours. This is Lacey. Who's speaking?
Guess who?
You'll have to forgive me. I'm having some trouble placing you. We haven't heard from outsiders in quite some time.
Only the best roommate you've ever had.
Clara? You sound really different.
So do you. I actually thought you were a man when you first picked up.
Really? Well, it's probably just a bad line or something.
That's probably it.
You're not with Docilio, are you?
Who's Docilio?
Never mind. We've just had a lot of outside interference lately, and we need to be extra careful about who we speak to. So if you really are Clara, I'm going to need some proof. Why don't we start with you telling me the address of our old apartment?
42 Overlook Terrace.
Wow, it really is you! But how on earth did you get this number?
Your mother gave it to me.
Stop it right there. I've had it up to here with her meddling. First she writes the newspaper, and now she's got you doing her dirty work?
I'm just worried about your safety.
Safety's the last thing I have to worry about. I'm on a private island with armed guard protection. No way in or out.
Wait, did you say there's no way out?
It's not as bad as you think. There's a ventilation system that leads to a sewer grate, so it's not like we're prisoners. Trust me, it's a great community.
It sounds to me like...
Prisoner? It's like Sebastian tells us every day. The real prisoners are the ones on the outside.
Do you mean Sebastian Cartwright?
Nice try, but I've already revealed too much to your outsider ears. You'll know when it happens. Until then, trust in Rev.
Wow, 2 out of 3. Not bad for a rookie. Not great either. Maybe in a year or two you'll have what it takes to do this on the regular. Why don't you take a coffee break and then get started on some light clerical work? I think that's more your speed.
Not much competition in this Employee of the Month game, is there?
Not as long as I'm around.
Nice haircut.
Better times.
Have you ever thought about growing it back?
Every single day.
Hi, I'm Noomi Kovacs.
Well, 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 you must be the latest Oi boy.
I'm a girl, a woman, actually.
Didn't mean to offend my soon-to-be friend. It's all just a part of our office vernacular. Although in terms of inclusion, it's less than spectacular. Around here, outside intelligence gets shortened to OI. And it's been a while since we've had a female spy. Let me introduce myself. Hab Applecott's the name. Equipping agents is my claim to fame. You need gadgetry, you come to me. Forgery too, I'll make you an honorary degree.
Do you have any advice on how I can get some field work?
Around here, that's unfortunately Horace's domain. And between you and me, that's a downright shame. He won't use my inventions, says he's found better kinds. But that's only because he pockets everything he finds. If I were in charge, I'd send him on a permanent vacation. But Turn won't do it. I think he fears retaliation.
What's the deal with Turn? He seems a little off.
He was once a federal field agent, considered one of the best, but was fired for sending his partner on a self-serving quest. She took most of the flack, was temporarily jailed, and ever since then his career's been derailed. You'd be cranky too if that happened to you.
Could you help me replace Horace in the field?
Well, Horace is more a pain than I'd like to admit. Too loose with his lips and totally lacking in wit. But going out on a limb for a perfect stranger? Why, a stunt like that could put my job in danger.
I promise to return the favor.
And what makes you think you'll be around to repay? Turns fired assistants after only 1 day.
I'm smart. Practically a genius.
Intelligence is something that one has to prove. All right, go ahead and make your first chess move.
How about a game of checkers instead?
That right there is an amusing joke, but I won't stick my neck out for the intellectually broke.
The peanut is neither a pea nor a nut. It's a legume.
Intelligence and knowledge aren't one and the same. Just spitting out trivia is both boring and lame.
QB8 to QB7.
There's a pawn in that spot, you crazy cretin. One move in and you're already beaten.
What can I say to impress you today?
There's a step in the right direction. Keep bringing the rhymes and you might pass inspection.
Feel free to inspect my poetic license, after which we'll begin our mutual connivance.
Your words are wrong. The rhymes are slant. You should be hit in the face with an antique lamp. All right, now you've got me doing it.
I'll stand here for weeks on end, if that's what it takes to call you friend.
You've impressed me thus far, but how long can that last?
I'm a visitor from the future, not one from the past.
The context of that doesn't make any sense. You're starting to come off a little bit dense. Let's try again. You've impressed me thus far, but how long can that last?
When you find out the answer, you'll be somewhat aghast.
When it comes to Western poetry, you're clearly a beast. Now, how about a form that began in the East? The syllable count of 575 is a perfect way to keep the brain cells alive. Now, with a haiku, I'll be impressed through and through, and maybe help you.
We know what you need, so don't worry your dumb head, the early birds say.
Your poetic prowess has left me feeling quite awed. As a man of my word, I'll assist with your fraud. This fake ID should serve you just fine, but if anyone asks, the hands that made them were not mine.
Will this give me access to the photocopier?
Without an official tracker, there's little that card can do. If you want real privileges, you might try a switcheroo.
Who's gonna be dumb enough to fall for that?
Check another floor if you can't find someone nearby. As long as you stay persistent, you're sure to find your guy.
Thanks, Hab.
Well, hit the floor. She's back for more.
I've gotta go, but thanks for your help.
If you need anything else, just give me a yelp.
Looks like I'll need a key card to get this thing to work. This fake key card doesn't work. Big surprise. Outside Intelligence is looking to start a competitive Jai-Alai team to play against the Bellows Bloodhounds. What the heck is Jai-Alai?
It's pronounced High-Lie.
What the heck is High-Lie?
If you don't even know what it is, you're not welcome on the team.
Sure are a lot of people in there. About 50 at least. Locked. Looks like it needs a passcode. That font's pretty hard to read.
It's not a font, it's a foreign film from Japan.
Well, yeah, I knew that. The Japanese language also has fonts, and this one's pretty hard to read. Good movie?
Utterly breathtaking. It's almost 20 years old and still ahead of its time.
I'd love to see it.
Well, it's very hard to get a hold of. Have to be in the right circles, which you're obviously not.
That desk's a little tall, isn't it?
It's meant for standing.
Why would anyone want to stand when they could sit?
You'll understand when you're older. Roaming the halls already, are we?
Turn said I could have a break.
Well, now I have to commit 3 of my best agents to undoing the damage you've done with that phone call.
I tried my best.
Oh, I'm sure you did. But to keep this office running as smoothly as possible, perhaps you'll consider making this break a permanent one.
You want me to quit?
Quit, step down, early retirement without benefits. Why get hung up on titles? All that matters is that you're happy. Why don't you think about it and get back to me?
Who are you?
Thornton Penderbrook, Office Manager, Division of Outside Intelligence, Heir Apparent to Penderbrook Motors, International Traveler, Raconteur, and Bon Vivant.
Oh, well, my name's Noomi. I'd like to do a field mission.
A field mission? Oh, that's rich! Most of our work is handled over the phone these days. We only have one agent in the field. There's no need for any more.
Is there any situation where I could work in the field?
For that to happen, every single agent in this office would have to become indisposed.
So it is possible then.
If that kind of wild optimism is what you need to continue your interminable existence, far be it from me to tell you otherwise.
Can I have the code for the outbound research division?
The bullpen for the telephone division falls under Mr. Turner's domain, and he prefers to keep that to himself. My only dealings with him is through the company mail system.
Turn doesn't trust you.
It's my understanding that Mr. Turner lost his government position due to information about him being leaked. Ever since then, he's been very particular about office protocols.
I should get back to work.
Before you do, let me ask you a question. Have you ever taken the time to stroll the docile woods?
I prefer the city.
Well, that wasn't the answer I was looking for, but I suppose I should have assumed based on your attire. Off you go!
Looks like these mail slots connect to the bullpen on the other side.
All inter-agent communication must be approved by yours truly.
Out of order. Guess I'll have to hold it. So, what should I call you? Barney? Mr. Turner?
Folks around here call me Turn.
Does that mean they're going to start calling me Kova?
No.
All right. Good talk. When's our next case?
We don't have a next case. That phone call was a taste of what you might get to do in a few years, after you pay your dues.
Anything I can do to help out?
We're on standby till Penderbrook gives us our next assignment. You can go introduce yourself to the rest of the team if you want. I don't care.
I've done 4 years of espionage school. I've paid my dues.
Company policy: all outside intelligence employees must have 2 years' experience before accepting missions. No exceptions.
Let's go on one of your missions then. A real one, out in the field.
I haven't done field work since I was with the government. If you ask me, waste of time.
You were a government agent. Like the kind that kill people and blow stuff up?
I was, but that was a decade ago, and I don't really like to reminisce.
Why? Did you get fired?
Where did you hear that?
I didn't. I'm just wondering why someone would quit such a cool job to work for a car company.
That's really none of your business. And if I was fired, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I'm pretty sure you'd be able to tell me if you didn't get fired.
I shouldn't have even told you that I worked there in the first place.
Ah, is that why you got fired?
None of your business.
You got fired. Is there any chance we might be called in to do field work?
The only way you would be called in to do field work is if every agent in this office were to become incapacitated.
So, like if I made them all sick or got them to quit? Something like that?
Are you planning something?
No, I'm just a very curious person.
Why don't you go be curious somewhere else?
I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Suit yourself.